Stay tuned for late-breaking news.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Where's Claire? I told her there was nothing to worry about.
Ed, are you heading on another one of your walks?
Yeah.
Mind if I tag along?
I don't suppose I have a choice, do I?
Not at all.
Yes. Megan. Yes, I'm still coming in. Huh? Oh, that news is horrible. But it still shouldn't compromise the studies. Yes, I'll talk to Kevin. And also Elena, yes. Thank you.
Talk to me about what?
Well, that was Megan. She just informed me that Dmitri never returned to the office after his visit to Kingdom.
Does she have any details?
No, Megan stated that Amelia is just now aware of the situation. And since both companies are so vested, she'd like us to step forward and handle the distribution of the initial phase of the trials, at least till things get figured out.
It is unfortunate timing. But in any case, it shouldn't be a problem. I'll have my team collaborate with theirs. Plus, Elena had been working closely with Dmitri. I'm sure she'll be of help.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It is awkward timing, though. We both know what we're thinking.
Don't say it.
Have you ever heard the old saying, if it's too good to be true?
So, Ed, how goes your transition?
It's a good question, Zachariah. You tell me, you're the one who's been through all this before.
True, I have. But it's different for everyone.
Well, the headaches have gone away, and I've gotten used to the thirst, if that is what you want to call it.
Notice that you've taken to walking at dusk.
I have. Reminds me of days gone by.
Well, you may have transitioned into something you once thought was folklore. Today is no different than a few months ago.
Why do I think Claire would disagree with you?
She would. Unless you say it's not that simple.
Is it?
No. Actually, it'll become gradually more difficult. You sit here on this bench today. 20 years from now, this very bench may still be here, with you on it. But everything around you will be different, of course. They will grow to envy you, question you, and eventually hate you. Not the prettiest side of humanity, wanting what one can't have.
Are you referring to immortality?
You have not thought of that yet, have you?
No. I've been a little preoccupied.
You've been preoccupied with what you've become.
Yep.
Since Stoker wrote his book, it's only become more difficult. Imagination's filled with what you've been told about vampires and their supposedly evil ways. The irony of it is, I've personally seen much worse in the way humans treat each other, yes? Guess you could say it's the ugly side of free will.
You know, it's conversations like this one that make me miss Claire's scolding.
Yeah, I suppose she brings a little more flair with hers. You've expressed concerns with what you may do. My point is, the actions will speak louder than your words. Remember it, cruelty has a human heart.
We better not be much longer. I was just talking about you. Well, here I am. What can I do for you? Kevin will bring you up to speed. He'll be in the office shortly. But in short, we will be overseeing the clinical trials.
Why? Dimitri and Amelia were confident in their position. What has changed?
Dimitri.
What about him?
Amelia has just informed me that he hasn't checked in since she last saw him, which was on their return flight.
Are they going to postpone the launch of the trials?
No, I'm sure that Kevin will consult with Amelia, and I'm sure he'll require your assistance.
Yes, well, I better begin to prepare.
Wait, don't you want your things?
What?
Your things.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, such news has just caught me off guard.
By the stroke of midnight, our friend returns.
In fear of crossing Claire again, I thought it best. Speaking of which, I would expect her to ream me out for leaving the house.
You'll find that Claire doesn't answer to anyone. One day she'll be here, and the next she's gone. Some of us have to take what we can while she's about.
If I didn't think she'd kick my ass to hell and back, I'd like to give her a taste of her own medicine.
Come on, she doesn't deserve that. Besides, I'm the one that put her in a position to have to take care of you. And she came from a different time. She's much more experienced than I am, and I'm in no place to judge her ways.
What do you mean? The two of you seem to get on well enough. What can you tell me about Claire?
Before she joined the house and became Joseph's ambassador? Not much. It's been over 50 years and she's done well at keeping to herself.
When did she become a vampire? And yourself?
I transitioned during a much simpler time, some 100+ years ago. And to save you from having to ask your next question, yes, Joseph is the one who sired me.
And you've been with Joseph ever since?
Pretty much, aside from a few travels here and there.
You've never wanted to leave?
Sure, but I've never had a good reason to. You'll find it's best for us to exist together. It's the house.
Safety in numbers.
Something like that.